everyone. Today we are with two ex-operatives today in Mission Debrief. We have a repeat offender, Mr. Gardillo over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our new
Yep.
guest, Mr. Tanner
Tanner.
Adams.
Yep.
So, today we're going to be interviewing both of these people of their experiences and what they had to do during missions. Because I know for a fact you guys were with each other, alright? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how was your relationship like in the beginning before you guys got here? Obviously.
Well, we kind of didn't really like each other, but we had to do our job. We had to do it well.
Yeah.
So we had to work together at some kind of point.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. So, Mr. Adams, what do you think you both contribute to the operations that you go on to?
So me, I was an assaultant, and I was also a point man. So I basically contributed most of the firepower and one of the first people to go in. I had to assess the entire room, and shoot people I saw. I had to trust the guy that was behind me to get the other people that I didn't see. So it was mainly trust in my job.
Blaine?
I mean, for me, it was just keeping eyes on them, helping them out with terms of air superiority. I mean, we didn't really have like Apaches or anything, but we could. I mean, we had, MH-60 DAPs and stuff like that.
So, like, what's the typical operations you guys have?
Night raids. Like you go on night raids, typically 4 to 6 people.
So, what are these typical missions like?
Now I can only tell you a little bit, so I don't get killed.
Yes, yeah.
That's the way to put it.
So most of these missions were like anti-terrorism. We went basically everywhere. I've been to Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Somalia, and I think that's about it.
Alright. So, like, what are, like, the CQB or, like, the teamwork in these operations?
TQB.
Is there like, at
So
least any operations that you can disclose to us?
there's one operation I can disclose, and it was more practice, but because the guys they weren't that good. It was a terrorist training camp. But so this is my favorite one too. Okay, so I was on the left side of the compound, and the door was slightly creeped open, right? And there was two guys guarding that door. So I had an AT-4 with me at that time. So I grabbed that AT-4, clear back blast.
And you blew the shit out of him.
Yeah, basically.
So like
All of them died, bro.
so like
And I basically cleared the entire compound with that one AT-4.
okay. This is relevant, but like what was like the destruction of the compound when you shot that AT-4?
To be, I was, it was like it's hard to explain because it was like a 2-story building that I shot. So the complete top floor that I shot, like that front door was completely gone. And like when we went into the compound, the wall to the left was like almost completely burnt away. And then that back where it exited through, nowhere to be seen.
Okay. So how do you like how how do you like prepare yourself for the mental the mental issues that comes with like war and deployment? Because I know for a fact you can lose buddies out of nowhere. It's gonna be really unexpected.
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for
So I can tell you one guy I lost, man. He was my best buddy too. I lost his guy. I can give you his last name, Davila, bro. He was one of my favorite dudes at the time, bro. And we were raiding this compound. One of the guys wasn't fully dead. And it was my fault because I only shot him one time instead of the protocol 2.
So you killed him.
So he was laying there. I didn't kill him, but kind of, yeah, it was my fault. So he pulled a pistol and shot Dava right in the back of the head, man.
Jeez. Oh, jeez, man. That's
Yeah.
not good, is it? Oh, God.
No shit, bro.
Alright. So, like, how do you
Had
mentally prepare for this stuff? Like, how are you not grieving right now?
We have
Or sobbing?
an on-site therapist. Like, after that, he had to call, medevac and get his body out of there. I went with him. And right after that, they sent me to the therapist. And I was right next to him when it happened.
How is it having
'Cause,
to how is it having to inform the next of kin that it was your fault that you killed your best friend?
It was pretty hard. Pretty hard. Like, I was resented by half the team because of that one mistake. And that just shows you, like, how much one tiny mistake can cost a person their whole life.
Yeah, and you learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Well, in Delta Force, what are the technology in Delta Force, like, what are the, like, NVGs you guys usually use, like guns, etc., etc.?
So we mainly use, like, I would say Mark 18s, HKs, and NSRs. And then for the nods, we mostly would use like some quad nods and maybe some Akati quads.
First, there's sour. Then there's sweet. Sour, sweet, gone.
So have you ever gotten in trouble, Mr. Adam?
Yeah, a bunch of times. Because one time I didn't feel like doing a CQB, right? Ooh, that was gonna be the death of me. Mr. Gardillo over here can vouch. I had to run 10 laps around the base while singing, "I'm a lazy bum."
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Using that
I'm a
song.
lazy.
Yeah. That's I guess that's Delta Force for you. I can't really say much about it.
So what did you do?
Yeah,
What did you do to get that punishment?
Oh man. So basically, I said no to my instructor for not wanting to do the CTB course. Like, I said no every single time.
You never do that. You never do that.
I never. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just knew you were running laps around the base.
Yeah, that was really fun. My throat hurt a lot that day.
I'm a lazy bum. I'm a lazy bum. Alright,
I'm a lazy bum.
let's move on. Let's move on. So, who do you think is possibly the best guy you ever met during war?
The best guy I've ever met?
Yes.
So it was this kid that I met in Somalia. He was super nice, bro. And we were in there with, the Afghanistan National Army. And he got assigned to me. The kid was super cool, man. His name was Khalid, I think, bro.
Okay.
Kind of miss him.
So, can you explain to me how these equality NVGs work?
So, Kadi NVGs are literally just quad knots, but like, you know how PVS 31s work? That's basically how they work. So, it's literally PVS 31 quad knots. That's the simplest explanation I can give you.
But how does the equality work? Like, what does the equality do?
Yeah, Kadi? Well, you know, it's like FYR. They just give you heat signatures on everybody that you can see. I mean, you know, like through trees and brush, you can see like heat signatures of people.
Okay. So, what made you join what made you join the army just to be invited to become a Delta Force operator?
Alright, so I joined the unit that my dad was in. Well, at least I tried. But they put me in 101 Airborne. And then I went through Ranger School to become a Ranger. And then right after that, so basically after like 2 years of being a Ranger, they invited me to be a Delta Force member. That was the happiest day of my life until I went through training. I hated it.
Alright, so what was so terrible about this Delta Force training?
I can't tell you too much, but I can tell you my least favorite part about it. So first we had to go out to, you know, the ocean and, you know, beaches. We got wet and then we started rolling around in the sand for like 10 minutes straight. Did push-ups, sit-ups, and then we had to run around the base. When I say I was chafed, oh my god. And don't even get me started on the logs.
So, is there anyone, if there was anyone out here in the audience that wants to join Delta Force, what advice would you give them?
Try to get like as high as possible as you can mentally before you join, because they're gonna tear down your mental while you're in Delta. Like your mental health is gonna go down. It's guaranteed. So try to get your mental health as high as it can be before you join. I know it's gonna be pretty hard because you're in the military, but try your best. And try being the best physical fitness as well, but that's, you know, given to the Delta Force.
Yep. So, like, what was like your specialty in like battle? I'm not talking about like MLS, but like what was like your specialty? Like what did you bring to the team as like a normal human being?
So I was kind of, you know, like the jokester of the group. When we were in barracks, I used to make jokes that everybody would laugh until the instructor came in. So he kind of ruined my jokes every time, because every time he heard us laughing, he would come into the barracks, and he said, "Get on your face," easily like 50 push-ups, just for laughing too loud. So yeah, but I see why he did it though.
So I have a comedian on my hands, right?
Yeah,
So can you tell us a
basically.
joke?
Or the chicken cross the road
Wow.
to get the HK416 on the other side.
That was so funny.
I'll tell them.
That was so funny, man.
Okay.
Thank you for your joke.
No problem.
So, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go on and we start interviewing both of you guys?
No, not really.
Do we need to know anything in particular?
There's nothing you need to know.
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the questions. So how did you guys like meet up?
I'm gonna let Mr. Gardillo tell this one. Or not?
Or not? Okay, I think he's dozed off.
Yeah, I think he's probably sleeping.
Okay, anyways.
Wake up! Wake up!
Okay, my bad.
Don't sleep.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good idea staying up so late. Anyways, I think I was a senior in high school when I met him. I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, and then from there we kind of moved on. I think we split because we were going to the army. And then we ended up meeting back because I went to SOAR and he went to Delta.
Yeah. I was a junior when I met him, bro. And now just the thing that we got actually met back up again.
Your way through college.
I didn't go to college. What you talking about?
You lost your way through college, so you didn't go to college. You just lost. So you just went to the army.
Yeah. Yeah, I had nothing better to do in my life.
So in this, were you like depressed or were you good?
I was
Better to do
alright.
Like were you like in this era of
I was working at
were you like
Subway.
depressed? Like how was it? Because you said that there was nothing else to do in your life now, so you just wanted to join the army, and now it's
I was kind of depressed because I was working at Subway and I kind of got fired for throwing a sandwich at somebody's face. That's another story. So yeah, I wasn't really depressed, but like I was kind of upset. Alright, bro. Alright.
No, enough of the jokes. I'm so sorry for what happened to you, man.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So why did you throw that sandwich at the customer?
You call me a fat bitch. Like, come on now.
Oh, that's really.
Really, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Like, come on now.
What do you think is better in operating? In like teamwork wise?
Like different units or like people inside Delta Force?
I'm talking about like both of you guys. Like, who do you think is like the best operative right here with teamwork?
The teamwork?
Yes, indeed.
I would probably have to say me, because I have more time with the team. Because Blaine, he's more of a, he flies, he has to communicate with tower and stuff, but like, I have to work with like 3 to 5 other people while I'm on the ground. So I would probably have to say me when it comes to teamwork.
Yeah.
Do you have a rebuttal, Blaine?
Not necessarily, but I do have to say it is really hard to. I mean, I didn't ever fly, or maybe at least I didn't fly much because at the time I was a crew chief, and considering that a lot of the time, let's say we're doing a night raid, we're fast roping out of a shindig, they depended on me because it's such a big helicopter that they can't. I mean, night vision, it's very blurry. I mean, you can see, but it's still hard to see. So they had a lot of the time they just had to rely on door gunners or crew chiefs. So it was definitely hard, but I definitely don't think it's as hard as Delta Force or any other kind of special operations like that.
Yeah, because we had to. You were kind of our eyes while we were fast roping around because we could only see like in front of us and a little bit to the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I know that I let's just to cut this short. Um, is there any more questions for me or anything you need to say out there?
Not for me.
Follow your instructors, please do. It's worth it.
Please. You don't want to run around the base 10 times saying, I'm a lazy bum.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. So if you could go back, what would you do if you could go back?
What would I do after that? Probably.
Like if you could go back in time, what would you do in Delta Force different?
To be honest, I probably would have picked a better MOS. Because this Salters is so sucky. I swear. I knew I wanted to be a medic.
What MOS would you like to be?
A combat medic, bro. But I have to pick a soldier. Because I thought a soldier was the cool guys. But they were the running guys. Instead.
Alright. So is there any advice for other people that wants to join like Delta Force or SOAR out there, guys?
For Delta Force, I would say. Just get your mind right, like I said earlier. Bro. You have to get your mind right if you want to join. Because you're going to experience a lot of death. A lot of blood. So get your mind right, get used to blood, and get your body in top physical fitness.
Blaine?
Mm-hmm. For me, honestly, I'd just say you can't give up. Like, because normally for us, like in SOAR, any kind of just piloting unit, a lot of the time you just what was it? What was I gonna say? I forgot for a second.
You want to quit, you know?
Well, yeah. Actually, that was one of the things. Like, you can't give up because, let's say, I don't know, we're on a mission and you're just anxious and you don't think you can do it. You're currently flying into a war zone. You can't just give up. Like, you literally can't. And I mean, I'd say it's worth it, to be honest, to get into or being in a helicopter in terms of like crew chief or door gunner or co-pilot or whatever. I mean, I thought it was worth it, man. So I would just say don't give up, because I mean I didn't, clearly.
There's one thing I'm mad at you about, bro. You never let me get the AC, bro. You always hog the fan, bro. Like, why?
All right. Break it up.
Okay.
Guys.
All right.
So, do you guys have any more questions for me, or do you have anything else to say before?
No, not for me.
No, nothing.
Well, guys, thank you for being here for the mission debrief podcast. I'd like to thank you all for being here, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. Um, so thank you for coming into this podcast studio, Mr. Adam and Mr. Gardillo. We're very happy to have you back
No.
here, Mr. Gardillo, and I hope I see you again, Mr. Adam. I hope you take your time and consider to get back on the show and see what you can do.
Oh, yeah. I probably will. Because I heard you're interviewing my buddy Keon in a few.
So, thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Okay. You too.